Parker, what are we talking about this year as far as your team? Like how do you feel competitive-wise, how you guys will compete?
I think we've got a lot of returners, a lot of experience coming back. We do have some new faces that are going to be impact players from year one. We've got a new pitcher in the circle to add to the other four who are returners, and we have just a lot of kids that were young last year and are finally kind of maturing and growing. That are going to contribute a lot. So I'm looking for a lot more leadership this year. I'm looking for. I mean, we've had a pretty strong offense in the past, so I know we're going to have that again. That's been very consistent for us. I'm thinking we're going to have a bigger impact in the circle this year with our pitchers. They've all made some pretty significant changes, and adding another arm with Chrissy Fortner has helped us a lot. It's made us a little bit more diverse in the circle, and we've been a lot more effective so far. So we had our best fall ever, went undefeated for the first time, and we're able to. We were able to really see kind of where we stand, and I'm really optimistic with that. I mean, we've got some studs on this team, and I'm just really excited about what they can do.
Coach, you talk about trying to find leadership on your team, but you have a roster that has, I believe, 13 kids returning. That has to help try to, with that experience coming back, someone will seem to step up in the mold of that whole thing.
Yes, the leadership is key for us. When you have 13 kids returning and your roster is, overwhelmingly returners that are going to be, especially in the starting lineup. I'm looking for those kids to step up and use experience from the past year or two to grow, to help our younger impact kids make an impact right away and not wait. I told, my freshmen and incoming kids, I said, I don't need you to wait a year to make an impact. Why waste this year? So get in there and make a difference from day one. And, our starting catcher is going to be Chelsea Johnson, a freshman. That's a big position that a freshman needs to be in. And she came into my office yesterday to ask what she can do more to be ready, and she hasn't wasted a day. She started leading from day one, didn't care that she was a freshman, didn't care. She speaks up, and she leads this team, every single day that she steps on the field. So that's the kind of leadership I want. I want returners to take leadership, my older kids, but it's really nice to get some of my freshmen and sophomores who aren't afraid to take that step and to just step up for our team.
When you say you got some studs on this team, you talking about those kind of players who will, take control of the game and guarantee that something's going to happen, or when it's late in the game, you can rely on them to make a play.
Absolutely. We've got those studs on our team. There are kids that are going to make the clutch plays, that are going to come through, with those timely hits that we need. They're the ones that are speaking up and holding their teammates accountable. They come out with fire and passion every day at practice, every day in the weight room, and they're going to come with that attitude every day on the field for games. And we've got a couple of those that are just, special athletes that are just fun to watch. They're fun to coach, and they're difference makers. They're the ones that are really going to push us over the edge this year.
Coach, there's no doubt you guys will be able to score runs like you talked about, but you look at the success of softball, it always relies what happens in that circle.
Absolutely.
With knowing what you have offensively, what's your goal or number you're looking at from your pitching staff to go out and give you every day to give yourself a chance to win every game?
I think, in the past we've given up so many runs from, just being inefficient in the circle, and we're really challenging them to give up 2 or less runs a game. That's a respectable ERA, especially at the D1 level, and our team can win a lot of ball games if we give up 2 or less runs. That's the biggest thing. I'm not afraid of scoring runs. I'm not afraid of playing defense, but we have got to get it done in the circle this year, and that's been a focus of ours all year, has been limiting pitch counts, getting out of innings quicker, and just, being more efficient in the circle and giving up less runs. The conference is going to be strong this year. Last year was a really interesting year because it really came down to the last weekend of season to dictate who the winner was. It was a lot closer than it's ever been, and I anticipate the same type of feel this year. I think a lot of the teams are coming back as strong as they were last year, if not stronger. I think it's going to be a close race. We felt that we underperformed, and we were only a few games out of tying with the lead team. It was that close of a race. So I feel if we kind of shore up our game a little bit, pull out a couple more wins, I know we can beat all of the top pitchers in the conference because we did last year. Every ace we beat. Every single ace in the conference we beat or knocked out of the game. So I know we can beat the best pitchers. So now if we can take one more game from each of those series, we're setting ourselves up for a championship. And, we're going to have to play well to do it. We're going to have to work hard to do it. But I think that we have the chance to really take that step this year. This is the year we've been really waiting for as far as, kind of making that move in conference. I think our preseason schedule is going to set us up for success and confidence and going into conference, to help prepare us. And then, when it comes down to conference, we have got to be able to sustain that success through that. That's our biggest challenge, is peaking in April rather than going down the hill.
Coach, you're confident in beating the Aces, but you lose four starters from last year, including your leading hitter. Can you talk to me about where this confidence is coming from, and how do you replace that?
The confidence I have in my team is seeing where we've gone from August till now, seeing the progression that we've had, and seeing those studs stepping up and making bigger differences than they did last year. We did lose some big sticks, but I feel that we have kids that have stepped up incredibly since then that were not stepping up last year. So I feel that we have more bats in the lineup that can get it done now. And I'm very confident just because I get to see them work day in, day out. I get to see the preparation they're putting in, and I get excited every day I'm on the practice field with them, and they are fun to watch. They are hitting the crap out of the ball, and they are pitching well. It's been a lot of fun. So my confidence is just from knowing this team very well. Softball's a funny game. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes it comes down to fate, to a call goes your way or doesn't go your way. It's not one of those sports that it's just immeasurable. You're either faster than them or you're not. There's a lot of factors that go into it, and so you don't, at the end of the day, you can't predict what's going to happen, but I know we're doing the right things in preseason and off-season to be as successful as we can.
Can you talk about your non-conference schedule?
Sure. We're on the road for 3 weekends at 3 pretty competitive tournaments. I'd say that this year's preseason is much more balanced than it has been in the past. A lot of times when we go to that Arizona State tournament lead off, we're facing 3 ranked teams, and we're facing, at least top 40 every game. And this year we have more of a balance. We do have ranked teams we're playing in preseason, but we also have a balance of mid-majors. We've got every level of RPI you could imagine that we're facing this season. I think we have a lot of winnable games, as long as we show up and play ball. But I do think we're more balanced, and I feel like we're going to have more success in the preseason than we have in the past, which hopefully will give us that confidence going into mid-late March for conference.
Is that on purpose?
Yes, it was definitely on purpose to try to let our team get our feet underneath us. Try to get some wins under our belt so that we can get on a momentum swing, rather than always facing Arizona State game 1 or Oklahoma game 1 and having to feel like we have to dig ourselves out a hole from the beginning of the season.
What about your pitching? You hit on it a little bit. You talked about pitching. How much is pitching going to help you? I know it's very important in baseball and softball. And do you feel like you have the arms to do what you got to get done?
I do. I think that our pitchers have matured a lot since last year. That has been the biggest thing that we've needed this year, is a pitcher or 2 or 3 to step up and to be able to get it done for us. We've worked a lot of mentality stuff with them. That's where we lacked a lot of. I told the pitchers, your pitches are not the problem. Physically, you are not having an issue. It's the mental toughness and it's the competitiveness that we're missing. And we've worked a lot on that. They've seen sports psychologists. We've been studying some different books. We've been working really hard on the mental game to give us that edge for season. And like I said, we added an arm, so now we have 5 in our bullpen. They're all very different. We have righties, lefties, junk ballers, power pitchers. I mean, every type you can imagine. They have all improved exponentially since last season. They have all improved their pitches, improved their mentality, improved their speed. Anywhere that we felt we were lacking last year, we have done nothing but focus on those all fall and winter. So I'm optimistic, like I said, and adding another arm has made us more diverse. So I'm actually really excited about some of the different pairings that we're going to have as far as pitchers, some different matchups against different teams. I'm just excited to see what they can do. But we are better in the circle than we've ever been.
Are you expecting to pitch by committee rather than find an ace?
I think that when you have 5 arms in the circle and they all want to play ball, the ones that want to get in are going to get in. You know, at the end of the day, they're all working incredibly hard, and we're going to let them all going to see what they can all do in games. And then as we inch our way towards conference, who's getting it done is going to be who's taking us through conference, and that's what we should do. I want all of them to have their opportunities to really put it all out there, and then who wants it the most, that's who's going to take us down the long haul.
You had an awful lot of walks last year. Is that part of the mentality, the confidence?
Yeah, I mean, free runners and free base runners is something that we've needed to work on for a long time. Hit batters, walks, I mean, any of those kinds of things, and those are they're just non-negotiables for our pitching staff now. Like, we're just done. You know, in the fall, we probably only had a few walks. We didn't have much of, you know, we really limited those, and we were much more successful that way. But part of it is training the mental, and that's where those walks and hit by pitches, those are mental. They're not bad pitches. They're not competitive enough. They're not tough enough to be able to kind of buckle down when they need to. So it's been really nice to see them working on that, and that's going to help.